Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, media, friends, family, fans, supporters of the Cumberland program. My name is Jim Williams. I'm the public address announcer here at Cumberland County College. Have been with athletics for almost 11 years now, and I cordially welcome you to a day for me that's 11 years in the making, quite frankly. It is a day of celebration. The day's a winner, gorgeous blue skies and sunshine. It couldn't be more fitting for a winning team, the Dukes of Cumberland County College. In just a moment or so, you're going to meet the fine young male student athletes who made history, along with some special guest dignitaries along the way. You'll also meet our coaching staff. Without them, this couldn't happen today. But first, I want to take a moment, if I may, and please indulge me, to put this season in proper perspective. And I want to do that by giving you the season, as it were, by the numbers. 49. That's the number of wins this Dukes baseball team had in 2014. That's regular season and playoffs, shattering the all-time record set all the way back in 2013 under Keith Gorman. 29. The Dukes played 29 games at home in the season and in the playoffs. It just so happens they won every single one of those games to go undefeated at home. 29-0. 5. As a team, the Dukes finished in the top 5 nationally in the following categories. Pay attention, there will be a quiz later. Hits, doubles, triples, runs scored, runs batted in, total bases, stolen bases, walks, slugging percentage, and opponent's batting average. In fact, 3 of those categories, runs scored, runs batted in, and triples, the Dukes finished number 1 in the nation at. And I talk about the number 1, that's the last number I want to talk to you about. Very important number, 1. It's a number that really embodies this Cumberland County College baseball team on so many levels. While getting lineups ready for a game midway through the season, I don't remember the opponent off the top of my head, and we were just coming back from a spring break trip down in Myrtle Beach. I go to one of the assistants, I believe it was Mike Freund, in fact. I tell him, knowing that the team we were facing wasn't really that good. I tell him, well, looks like a good day to take 2, huh? He smiled at me and said, Jimmy, we're taking things one game at a time. We take nothing for granted. One game at a time. That's important. By taking things one game at a time, the Cumberland County College Dukes of 2014 made history. For the first time in the history of this institution's athletics program, the Dukes were ranked number 1 in the nation by the National Junior Collegiate Athletic Association. Someone came up to me before today's ceremony and asked, Jim, how many colleges are there that play D3 baseball at this level? I had to individually count them. I had to get an abacus out. I'm not good with an abacus, I must say. But it's somewhere between 80 and 90 junior colleges. And it's not just here, there, in one section of the country. We're talking the entire nation. Number 1 out of 80 to 90 colleges. That's impressive. Talking about the number 1 a little bit more, that ranking, that number 1 ranking, we took that into the playoffs, and we'd ultimately face off against the perennial powerhouse of Region 19, the Gloucester County College Roadrunners. The 2 teams in the regular season split their season series. They won at Gloucester, we won at Cumberland, of course. And it was always a closely contested affair. 2 runs or less in both games, the difference. I don't know how many of you are wrestling fans, but I'm reminded of a legendary quote by Ric Flair, the Nature Boy. Some of you, woo! That's what I'm talking about. He would say so eloquently, better than I, To be the man, you've got to beat the man. And on a Sunday afternoon in May in Ocean County, that's exactly what the Dukes did. And for the first time in the history of Cumberland County College athletics, the Dukes were Region 19 champions. And just last week, the Dukes took part in the NJCAA Division III World Series in Tyler, Texas. They showed why they're champions, showing relentless perseverance and heart. They would make it to the championship round against the hometown team, the Apaches of Tyler Junior College. And I heard you at the games on the radio. That's what I'm talking about. And though they came up short in the national championship finals, they couldn't win the national championship, but you know what? They etched their legacy in stone this season. This team has put Cumberland County College, not just for baseball, not just for athletics, but for everything, on the map. This team has proven that CCC athletics will be a force to reckon with, not just now, but for years to come. So enough of me babbling on about it. Would you like to meet the young men that made this happen? I said, do you want to meet this team that made it happen? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and esteemed privilege to introduce you to the Region 19 champions, the #1 team in the nation, your 2014 Cumberland County College Dukes! Let me introduce them to you individually. First, our coaches. First, the assistant coaches. Mike Freund. Stand up, take a bow, don't be bashful. Jonathan DeJamco. Scott Higby. Mike Ney. Tom Ryder. We'll talk to him in a moment, the head coach, the man that made it all happen, the architect, Keith Gorman! And now the stars themselves. First, our standout freshman, #5 center fielder, Tyler Mixon. #6, infielder Doug Bell. #15, pitcher Chris Capriati. #16, third baseman and pitcher Justin Geary. #19, pitcher Zachary Large. #25, pitcher Chris Seibert. #29, pitcher Matt Ennis. #30, first baseman and outfielder Arturo Ocasio. #31, left fielder Ryan Solari. Number 34, outfielder Robert Bunton. And last, but by no means least, in our freshman lineup, pitcher and first baseman number 44, James Marich. And now our standout sophomores. Number 9, pitcher Ridge Herman. Number 10, pitcher Nick Pace. Number 11, second baseman Chris Matos. Number 18, catcher Tyler Katarina. Number 21, pitcher Gio Cassiano. Number 3, center fielder Jordan Glover. Number 35, catcher Jose Martinez. Number 27, catcher, first baseman and DH, Devin McCann. Number 23, pitcher Josh O'Neal. And finally, the team captains. Number 12, outfielder Tim Gallagher. Number 14, outfielder, pitcher Cody Stashak. What was that? And last, but by no means least, number 2, shortstop Anthony Lopez. These are your 2014 Cumberland County College Dukes. It is at this time that I introduce to you one of our first distinguished guests, the first fan of Cumberland, you might say. A big fan of all the athletics programs. We see him at the games every so often. He does a fantastic job helping make us a better institution. He is our president, the Honorable Dr. Thomas Sikanibbe.
Jim, I gotta say thank you to you. I love your voice. Don't we all do? Yeah. When you call the games, I don't know which is more interesting, your voice or the games, but I want to say thank you so much. For 11 years, really, he's truly followed our teams, and I'm glad that you're part of this celebration. You know, I'd like for us to give it up one more time to our stars. You know, you're my number one any day. I need you to know that. Tyler, you're my champions any day, anytime. I want to say congratulations to all of you. What really warms my heart is that you've served as a role model and ambassadors for our college, for our state, for our region, for Region 19. I want to say thank you for that. We stayed up every night to watch you, and I must say I truly, truly appreciate the way you carried yourself and the way you represented our college. I want to say thank you to you, all of you, very, very much. You know, this is the first time we've gone to the World Series. This is the first time we won the Region 19 championship. But I know this is the beginning of good things to come for our baseball program. And you've laid the foundation for us. We're going to build on that foundation. Next year, we'll have the trophy here to celebrate. I want to say thank you to all of you. To the coaches, I want to say thank you for a job well done. Kit, you're my man any day. You know, he's not only the coach of the baseball team, he's also our AD, athletic director here. And when the history of athletic program is written, your name will be there. Under your watch, our basketball team made it 2 years in a row to the regional finals. We're going to bring it home next year. I see the coach somewhere there. And so to you and all of the assistant coaches, I want to say thank you for engaging, for inspiring, and for transforming our champions. For taking our men, our young boys, and turning them into champions. I just want to say thank you to all of you, and good job to all of our coaches. You know, this is all about you, and we have a lot of people here that have joined us this afternoon to say thank you to you. Before we get to them, first of all, we have the chair of our board here, Dr. Figs. I know you want to introduce your fellow board members and make some remarks, right?
Good afternoon. It is really an honor for me to be here, and I thank each and every one of you for taking time out of your schedules to attend. What a wonderful day. I would like at this time to introduce some colleagues, members of the board. We have with us Ginger Chase, our Vice Chair. Donna Perez, our Secretary. And our other board members, Joseph Cassizzi and Dr. Christine Ward Garrison. Members of the baseball team, I cannot begin to tell you how proud we are as board members of your efforts. During the past month of May, many of the board members had an opportunity to attend a number of activities and functions celebrating the achievement of students. I can't think of a better way to culminate the year than to honor you and participate in this celebration. We are so proud of your efforts. Believe me, we know that it wasn't easy, but you stayed focused, you had a goal, and you know what, gentlemen? You reached that goal. So on behalf of the board, I want to thank Keith. I want to thank all the assistant coaches, because we know it's your support that made this day possible. And again, most importantly, each and every one of you gentlemen, thank you for your efforts. Congratulations. And on behalf of the board, we wish you continued success in whatever you do. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
We have our freeholder director with us, Mr. Joe Durella. Mr. Durella.
Thank you. First, I want to thank Coach Gorman and his staff. I'm going to use a line from one of my favorite movies, and his attitude reflects leadership. And it has to be due to the fact that the coach and his coaching staff set a standard, set a goal, and set an attitude that led to such a tremendous season for these young men right up here. So congratulations to you and your staff. Second, on behalf of the Freeholder Board, I want to congratulate each and every one of these young men here, their families, because obviously you played an important role in their life as well, for them to be so successful, not just on the athletic field where they're being measured today, but as students. It's my understanding that not only are these guys exceptional athletes, but they are exceptional students as well. And student athlete is what it's all about. They'll remember today, you have made a tremendous, tremendous memory that's going to live with you forever, and no one can take that away from you. But also, no one can take away education. So please remember all the experiences you had on the field today as an athlete, as a team member, as a family. Carry that on into the rest of your life, because that's how a man is measured, not just by athletic performance, by what he does in the rest of his life. So congratulations to the Duke baseball team. They rule, baby. They rule. On behalf of the Freeholder Board, I'm going to present these to Coach Gorman. I'm not going to take the time to give out all 25, but our Freeholder Board is extremely proud of what this team has done and also what this educational institution has done for our county. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Friel, the director. We have a representative from Sam Fiocchi's office, who is our assemblyman from the 3rd Legislative District, Mr. John Makuchi.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Like Dr. Escanebi said, I'm here today on behalf of Assemblyman Sam Fiocchi. Unfortunately, he cannot be here due to conflicting events. He got tied up in Trenton, so I'm here on his behalf. Assemblyman Fiocchi really wanted me to be here today just to let the team know and let everybody here know how proud he is of the 2014 Cumberland County Dukes. It's not every day that Cumberland County College is recognized on a national level, and to end up number 2 in the whole nation is incredible. And I know the school, everybody here, everybody in Cumberland County College, and the county, and everybody in the district is proud of each and every one of you guys. So I just want to say congratulations on a great season. Keep up the good work, and you guys have a young team, so I'm sure you guys will be back sitting in the same place next year, probably with a trophy in your guys' hands. So again, congratulations, guys. Keep up the good work. Also, Assemblyman Fiocchi wanted to make sure that the team got recognized, so he actually had a certificate of special recognition drafted up from the General Assembly. So, congratulations, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, we told you about the players. We introduced them. We introduced the assistants and the coaches. This man really needs no introduction, so let me just get out of here. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. 3 years ago, he came to us from Holy Spirit. He brought winning ways. In 3 years, though he won't brag about it, he has over 100 wins as head coach of Cumberland. In the past year or so, he's become the athletic director of all athletics here at Cumberland County College. He has brought winning ways not just to baseball, but to this institution as a whole. He's the athletic director of CCC. He is the head coach of CCC baseball. He is my boss. He is my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Gorman.
I'm not worthy.
Thank you, Jimmy. Wow. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm starting to get over my depression a little bit. And I know our guys, I kind of looked at some of them today and really haven't seen them since we got off the bus from a 13-hour travel day. You know, they still had that look. And the only way I can explain it is that you're together for 5 months and you're pushing towards one goal. And I talked to these guys, and excuse my language, but I told them, I said, guys, we got to start out in hell and climb our way out together. And I couldn't be more proud of these guys. It has nothing to do with me, okay? It has everything to do with them. They've done everything that's been asked of them and more, and that's why we're here today. So, guys, congratulations. I want to real quick thank Kelly Slade and her staff for putting this together. This is amazing. Thank you, Kelly, wherever you're at. And I hope I don't mess this up, because Kelly's been trying to get a hold of me for about 4 days, but I've been like curled up in my bed, so not answering phone calls. So I did put some notes together today, so I hope I don't mess this up. But and I did think about some of my notes yesterday as I was re-engaging myself with my family. We had a great day, a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. I had no idea what I was doing there, but it was a blast, and I won at most of the games. I first of all want to thank, you know, I need to thank so many people, so please forgive me if I forget, but Dr. Sikanibi, the administration, the faculty, the staff, the community, our family, our friends, all of you, thank you so much. You know, you're one of the biggest reasons we're able to do this, and hopefully we'll be able to sustain this type of success. Thank you all. To, in my opinion, the most interesting department on campus, the athletic department, which I am in control of, so I don't know how much that says for me, but we have a great group in there. Our athletic trainer, Caitlin Caviston, who will be leaving us for Idaho in the next couple weeks. Kate, thank you for your many years, 5 years of service. Deb's around here somewhere, probably shaking her head at whatever I'm saying. Yes, Deb is the lifeblood of our department, keeps me in line, and does all of the necessary work. She does so many things for these athletes they have no idea about. And then finally, I know our guy's favorite is Coach Mike Dowdy. Let's give Mike a big round of applause. Our fields, our uniforms, the schedule, I mean, everything that Mike has a grasp on is done very well. And all jokes aside, Mike, we appreciate everything you do. So, a man who is, in my opinion, a very humble man and a very instrumental person in this college, and also my supervisor, Mr. Joe Hibbs. Thank you for everything. Lucy Ojeda, our baseball academic advisor, is one of our biggest fans. And Kelly Slade, who's at all of our games and really steps in whenever we need help academically, athletically, anything. Kelly, thank you for all you do. And again, I'm sorry for all those people I'm forgetting. There is a million people out here that I deal with on a daily basis that have been nothing but gracious and helpful to myself, our department, and these athletes. So thank you, everybody that's here. Finally, I want to thank my coaching staff. These guys, I don't, you know, I heard a couple of comments about it. This is such a hard thing to do. We have to recruit. We have to make sure that once we recruit them that we're developing them, and there is no way that can be done without the large staff, the dedicated staff that's willing to do anything, especially when I'm not in a great mood. So, coaches, thank you for all that you do. Some of our coaches couldn't be here tonight. You know, they're actually out recruiting and doing some other things like that. This is a busy time for us. We want to make sure that this thing doesn't go away. And then finally, our players. You know, I told them thank you after we won the region tournament because, you know, they gave me a trip to Tyler, Texas to try to do something that I could never do as a player. And I think this was a special thing for them, and I know they're disappointed, but things like this help us see all the million great things that happened and have happened while they're there. So guys, thank you for all you've done for the coaching staff and this entire community in college. Thank you. I just want to talk quickly and make sure that I talk about a few of our guys, but you know, 3 years ago when we were hired here, it was myself and Coach Freund, and we live together. It's about a 50-minute drive for us every day, and I'm leaving fall practice every day going, what are we doing here? We are not going to win a single game, let alone a region championship. But we had such a great support staff here. We had great support from the college, and because of that, we felt we owed it to this place to work hard, and that's what we did. That first year, we had a winning record with 18 guys, and they're 18 of the toughest guys I've ever been around. We had a great coaching staff that recruited, and it's only grown. And I'm so proud of what this has come to, and it's come to in a quick fashion. Part of that success was during that first year here, we were out recruiting this group of you that's in the front row. And they saw me a lot. Lopez, Jerry, probably more than you wanted to see me. And no matter how much they ignored me or didn't want to talk to me, I just kept coming around. And then when they didn't want to talk to me, I'd send Coach Freund out to talk to them. Till they finally just gave in. And because of this sophomore class, I believe that they have set not only the baseball program up, but the athletic department on for years to come. You know, I really feel we had a perfect team this year. We had a group of guys who bought in to whatever role they were playing in, and I think that's tough in our sports world today, because if you're not the man and you're not the star, sometimes it's hard to handle that. And then when you are the star and you are the man, it's hard to do the right things. And we have all of that on this team, and I'm so proud of them for what they have done and what they will become, because we have some good young men here that are going to make great leaders in our community and great citizens eventually. I also told them before we came out here, there's a lot of important people in these stands, so make sure they shake a lot of hands because they're going to need jobs pretty quick. So please remember some of them because I don't have enough money to give them anything. Guys, this team achieved a lot. We heard about the 49-10 record, the #1 ranking, the World Series trip, the Region 19 championship, and the Garden State championship. It's amazing that all happened in 1 year. I want to specifically talk about our sophomores just a little bit more. Our sophomores won 82 games while they were here with only 24 losses. That's 77% of the games. And it's not all about wins and losses, but it's what the wins represent. It represents work ethic. It represents the total student athlete. Okay, and it represents a commitment to something that's bigger than themselves. At this time, I just want to point out a few of our accomplishments by our sophomores. And I'm going to go right down the list here, so in no order. And the first one on my list is one of my favorite young men I've probably ever been around, one of the quietest young men. Anthony Lopez is going to leave here with 164 career hits. I'm not sure that's going to be broken, and Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a record here. So, and I'm going to try to go quickly through this. Jordan Glover, our center fielder, had 8 home runs, second in the nation in RBIs, only behind Anthony. Ridge Herman, our left-handed pitcher from Pennsville. Ridge, thank you for introducing me to Pennsville, by the way. I love going down there. We're hoping to get some of they've got a great team this year, so we're hoping to get some of those guys. Ridge is finishing out his career an astonishing 13-1 on the pitching mound. Nick Pace, who has played just about every position that I've asked him to, was instrumental in our success both as a freshman and a sophomore. When we needed a catcher, Nick caught. When we needed a first baseman, he was at first. When we needed an outfielder, he was there too, and we needed it first. And that just shows the commitment of this team because it probably didn't help Nick out as an individual, but it sure helped our team out as a whole. So thank you, Nick. Another one along those same lines, Chris Matos has been with us for 2 years, our second baseman. He has had some huge hits for us, especially this year with some RBI hits and some key spots. Chris, another thing, last year at the end of the year we were hurt. We had a lot of guys banged up and was kind of what led to our end in the region tournament. Chris, we needed an outfielder bad. We ended up putting Chris out there and did a heck of a job for us. Again, just another team guy and one of the reasons why we'll continue to succeed around here. Thank you, Chris. Timmy Gallagher, one of our captains, really, I think the heart of this team, a blue-collar kid, had his face cut open in the first game of regions. We had to send him to the hospital. If you saw him on TV, he looked like a hockey player. He had a black eye cut underneath, Band-Aid, and that's exactly how he plays. And he does it. He does it all with his actions. You barely hear a word out of him. He leads by example. He was second team all-region as a freshman and missed half the season because of an injury. That's how much the other coaches respected him. And then this year he got the honor that he deserved by being a first team all-region. Timmy, we're going to miss you. Now, Cody Stashak has obviously been one of our best pitchers for 2 years. He's going to finish here 16-5. But what a lot of people don't know about Cody is that he's right up there in hits, too. He's going to finish with 124 career hits here at Cumberland County College. Tyler Caterina. Tyler. I got to tell you, funny story about Tyler is we've had a good relationship, and I wasn't sure. Tyler, were you sure you were going to make it with me right at first? Coach, I love you. Yeah, good. See, he loves me now. Tyler has been great. Tyler's another one that's done anything we've asked, whether it's been outfield, pitch, catch, everything. He's done everything we've asked. And quality teams have multiple guys that will do everything we need. Tyler, we're going to miss you, but I'm sure I'm going to be seeing you a lot. Giovanni Cassiano. Gio came to us as a sophomore, another example. a guy who was a relief pitcher for us last year, did a lot of quality innings for us. We had a lot of injuries. We had to move him into the outfield as well. Did an unbelievable job, had 2 hits, a couple big RBIs in that first game. Was an excellent relief pitcher for us. And Gio, go ahead and give us your slogan for this year.
We here.
There you go. Giovanni also thinks he's a better fungo hitter than I am, but we all know the truth, Gio. Josh O'Neill. Josh, he's our old man. Josh. Josh is one of the hardest working guys I've ever been around. He's absolutely led our pitching staff, and you saw that this year. You saw that with his toughness this year. Came back in the championship game on, first of all, short rest, and then they hung a 2-hour and 20-minute rain delay on us, and still battled out there. If you watched it and you could be there in person, it was, I tell you what, it inspired me. And we weren't in a good spot in that game, I felt great about what he was doing out there. Josh had 10 wins this year. He was named on the all-region or all-tournament team there. So Josh, I don't know how we're going to replace you, man. Thank you. Okay, then finally, just how the way our roster goes, I have my 2 catchers next. And I have to tell you, when you talk to other teams, they were astonished by our 2 catchers. Could put them into any situation. They both had different qualities, but both brought toughness and an attitude. First of all, Devin McCann, who was one of my first recruits. And Devin, I don't think you know this, but when you and your dad came on campus, I was very sick that day. But that's how important you were, is that I was trying to choke back and smile the whole time. And I was like, oh, man, don't tell me I'm going to lose this kid, But Devin, in 105, we played 106 games, these sophomores. Devin has played in 105 of them. So, Devin's a pit bull. He's a hockey guy. He's tough. One of the most emotionally tough guys I've ever been around, and we love him. Going to miss him a lot. And then finally, our last catcher, Jose Martinez. Jose was first team all region this year. Led the nation in hit by pitches, I think, or maybe second. Maybe ended up second. But he was our 4-hole hitter and just epitomized this team that would get on base however he could. Had huge RBI hits for us all year long. I think he was third or fourth on our team in RBIs. We just happen to have 2 of the top RBI guys in the country, so it was overshadowed a little bit in that category. But what a lot of people don't know about Jose has a very serious back injury that he fought through all year that made his legs not as strong. And if anybody knows anything about catching, legs are they're pretty important down there. So, just very proud of all these sophomores. So I'd like to give them a big round of applause. Please tell me I didn't miss anybody. I got everybody right? Okay, good. Last things I promise, because I know these guys are sick of hearing me talk. And it's not just 5 months. We got 3-month fall season, too. They got to hear me all day. I want to say, number one, this is a great college, and I'm very honored to be here, and I think these guys are here. And forget about the number 1 ranking. We're the number 29 community college in the entire country. So congratulations, everybody. Dr. Sikanebi, the administration, everybody. I am not saying this, just to say it. This place helps us get these student athletes, these quality athletes. I just don't take them to the baseball field. That's not why they're coming here. We have a wealth of offerings academically, and that is what gets kids in this building, this beautiful campus. It's taken care of and well maintained. It means a lot. I always use this, and I'm big with restaurants because I like to eat, obviously, as you can tell. But I won't go into a restaurant that looks bad out in front. And I don't know how important some of you feel about that, but I've always felt that's very important. This place on the outside looks beautiful, and then when you get in the inside, that's really when the beauty comes apart. So, congratulations. Last thing I want to mention. Is something that came across this weekend as I'm home and enjoying some family and friends while I'm still trying to stop feeling sorry for myself, and think about all the good things we did. But the one thing I keep hearing from people outside of this county is that is that we've somehow reached out beyond the borders of our county, and people know that this is a great academic and athletic institution, and that has nothing to do with me. That has to do everything with these young men behind us. And guys, I'm proud of you for that. So thank you. Jimmy, I'm done.
Jimmy, I'm done. No, I'm not done. Well, actually, he's not done. He's got more to do next season. But in the interim, go ahead, Keith. I'll just be your puppet.
Thank you. These guys are used to this, me throwing things on them at the last minute. So we didn't get to give some of our awards out at the banquet because we were still playing. Fortunately, hopefully that happens every year. Just like to present a couple awards. Number one, baseball coaches award this year goes to Timothy Gallagher. And these aren't easy out because we have a team full of them, MVPs and coaches awards. But this year's MVP was a record-breaking year for this young man, holds the all-time NJCAA record in triples, is attending Campbell University, Anthony Lopez. A couple other individual honors. We have four guys that have committed to Division I baseball schools on academic and athletic scholarships. Very happy. There is no other community college in New Jersey that can say that. We also had 5 first-team All-Region guys, and we're getting ready to hear about the All-American, so believe me, that'll be sent out. Find out about that. But I want to give out some of our other awards. Jose Martinez was All-Conference team. No, not now. I like to mess with these guys a little bit because if you were at practice, you'd understand. Jimmy Marich was named to the Academic All-Region and Academic All-Conference team. Jimmy. Okay. So this is second year in the row for this young man. Cody Stashak, who will be attending St. John's University on an athletic and baseball scholarship next year. His first team Academic All-Region and Academic All-Conference. He just started to smile this year. We're very happy for him. The end of the year, yes. Another, this young man, second year in the row for these honors. He will be attending Campbell University on a full academic and athletic scholarship. Anthony Lopez is first team All-Conference and region. This young man is a first year here with us. Zach Large is a first team academic All-American and All-Region. I think he leads the team in GPA as well. And he was 8-0 on the mound this year. Timothy Gallagher is first team academic All-Conference. Tyler Catarina. Tyler Catarina is first team academic All-Conference and first team academic All-Region. Congratulations. Cap. Chris Capriati, first team All-Conference academic. Robert Button, first team academic All-Conference. Dougie Bell, first team All-Conference academic and first team All-Region academic.
All right, on behalf of the 2 other captains that don't like to talk, I'll do this. I want to thank all the community, and everyone who sacrificed a lot and came out to our games. Without you guys, it's definitely not possible. You guys did did our fundraisers, flew all the way out to Texas, probably watched us on the computer, TV, whatever you guys could possibly do to support us. And I want to thank you all for that. So thank you very much.
Said it better than I could, that's for sure. We'd like a little perspective from one of the assistant coaches now, so please welcome one of the assistant coaches, Mike Freund.
Thank you, Jimmy. Just going to say a couple brief things first. I'm going to speak for all the assistant coaches. I'd like to thank the guys, okay? All their hard work. I don't know, for parents, 6 a.m. practices, late nights when we're in the gym, around the basketball team, around the softball team. We get last pick in the off season. Guys, anytime from 6 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night, these guys work, tirelessly. And I'm glad it paid off for them. I'd like to thank the guys. Thank you. Okay. And for being coachable for the most part. Okay. All right, couldn't do it. You couldn't do it if the guys aren't receptive to what you're teaching them. Like to thank the coaches' families. Okay, we spend a lot of time out here. They're very generous most of the time with their time. They do a lot behind the scenes to help us out. We thank them, and we'd like to thank Coach. You guys, and I know these guys know a little bit of how much time Coach puts in, but I can speak from the times I've been in the office with him and the other coaches. Non-stop texting, non-stop phone calls, non-stop messages from other coaches trying to get these guys looks from college recruiters to college scouts. He does a ton of work behind the scenes that nobody sees, and he does a fantastic job at it. The guys should be very appreciative, and I know they are. He works very hard for them, and we thank him. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mike. We have a few closing remarks to be made, ladies and gentlemen. And this individual, I did a little research. He has a bigger role than you may think into today's ceremony. Once upon a time, before I was here, before I was ever a student here or an announcer, there was a point in time when athletics were not available here at Cumberland. Sometime roughly from the, early 80s to the late 90s. This man is one of the principal people who helped bring athletics back 1998, 1999 to this college. So without him, none of this is happening, ladies and gentlemen. He's the Executive Director of Student Services, Mr. Joseph Hibbs.
Welcome home, fellas. Welcome home. I guess as the line goes, I'm between you and the refreshments, so I will be brief. You've heard all the accomplishments, the stories about the team. I won't reiterate all of them, of course. That would be redundant, which I can be at times. But the team accomplished so much this season that it's remarkable that you've all come out to recognize and honor them. Being ranked #1, winning the region, national runner-up, all the accomplishments individually that they've done both academically and on the field. You've heard them all. What's special to me, however, is we beat the evil empire of the North, Gloucester County College. These accomplishments by the baseball team put a very nice cap to a very successful season we've had this year with athletics. You've heard about the baseball team, of course. Our women's basketball team was regional runner-up. Our men's basketball team was in the tournament. We made great improvements with men's soccer. Our women's soccer program is growing. Softball should be much improved next year. So we're looking forward to continuing this momentum with all of the athletic teams as we go forward. But athletics years has been very positive on our campus. I think Keith mentioned that we were ranked 29th nationally by the Washington magazine. What we are is #1 in the Delaware Valley, the tri-state region, of all community, not athletically, but academically, services, student satisfaction. So all of you contribute to that, and thank you. But over the years, our athletic program has succeeded on the fields, on the courts, but it is in the overall development of our student athletes that I think we can all be most proud of. Each year, the graduation rate of our student athletes exceeds the graduation rate of our general student population. Each year, our retention rate of our student athletes coming and continuing, persisting in school exceeds the percentage of our general population. The success rate, that's including transfer, getting into work, that sort of a thing, again, that rate exceeds what our average students do. So Jim mentioned all the work we put into getting athletics back here. It is all that, and it is the accomplishments of this team, or other teams this year, that really demonstrate the importance of what athletics means to a campus in terms of student success, student engagement, student involvement, but also community pride. What it brought out in all of you, the support that you showed for this team going down the end of the season was remarkable, and I thank you for that. So in closing, can I get one more Dukes rule? All right, thank you.
I want to say one very quick thing. It has been stated before, and I will state it again, and I know these people firsthand because they're the people right next to me every home game I announce. The family members, the people who support these young men, this is your championship just as much as it is theirs. Your undying, unyielding support. Without it, we couldn't get it done. So, after all these many months of you applauding them, team, let's applaud them. Thank you very much for coming out. We love you. We'll